Hello, I'm doing a movie review, and the movie I want to review is Superman Batman Apocalypse, which I have on this DVD set where it comes with Superman Batman Public Enemies. Now, Apocalypse is a 2010 direct-to-DVD animated film from DC, and this acts as kind of a sequel to the film Superman Batman Public Enemies. Now, Superman Batman Apocalypse is essentially a retelling of Supergirl's origin. Now, the plot of Apocalypse is it takes place sometime after the events of Superman Batman Public Enemies. Like, this is set in the same continuity as that movie, and what happens is something lands in the bay right by Gotham City, so Batman goes to investigate, and it turns out that it's a spaceship, and out of this spaceship comes what appears to be a young girl, like a teenage girl, but it turns out that she's from Krypton. She was from Krypton right before Krypton blew up and all that, and she's actually Superman's cousin. So now when Superman finds out who this girl is and what his relation to this girl is, he's very willing to accept her, but Batman doesn't really trust her that much. So now this girl wants to know what it's like to be an Earth girl, but of course she has these powers on Earth, and it turns out that she may very well be even more powerful than Superman himself, which is part of the reason why Batman is hesitant to trust her, and she also doesn't really know how to use her powers, so at a certain point in the movie, Wonder Woman ends up taking her and trying to train her to learn how to use her powers, and what happens is it turns out that Darkseid now knows about her, and he wants to take her to Apocalypse and essentially turn her into a killing machine. And that's the basic plot line of Batman Superman Apocalypse. Now, I personally liked Batman Superman Apocalypse. Personally, I liked it even better than Batman Superman Public Enemies, because the problem I had with Batman Superman Public Enemies was tonally, the film was kind of all over the place. Like, the film started out really serious, but got really goofy by the end of it. This one, for the most part, seems to have a more consistent tone, and the movie itself does feel almost like an elongated episode of the animated Justice League series. Even though this is intended a little more for adults when that show was intended more for kids, this still feels almost like that, even though this isn't set in the same continuity as that show. But I don't really mind that, because I still loved that show, so, I don't mind the idea of this being almost like an elongated episode of that, It just had kind of that feel, but I thought it was enjoyable. I definitely liked it, and I really enjoyed the character of Kara in the movie, or Supergirl. I thought she was a very likable character, and you definitely sympathized with her, because you see essentially Batman, Wonder Woman, and Superman all trying to essentially decide what's right for her, and they're not really letting her decide that for herself. So you definitely sympathized with her, and I thought she was a very, likable character in the movie, and overall, I can definitely recommend Batman Superman, or Superman Batman Apocalypse. I thought it was a pretty entertaining animated film. So yeah, that's my review on Superman Batman Apocalypse, and bye.